Welcome to this new video on Forza Horizon 6, where I'm bringing you some gameplay with this week's new DLC car. This is the Mazda Mad Mike, a car that's part of the Car Pass, which is a paid DLC for Forza Horizon 6, and it was added to the game on Thursday, June 25, 2026. So we're really looking at a car that's been completely designed for competition and drifting. It's a real car, actually part of the official roster of drift competition cars. And, well, I haven't upgraded or tuned this car yet. It's true that stock, without having changed anything, just by getting the car, I think we're looking at a car that's going to be extremely overpowered for drifting. What's really cool about this car, and what also makes it pretty overpowered, is that it's really capable of taking extremely crazy angles while still keeping a lot of control and not spinning out. So it's really a car that you'll be able to do some really long drift lines with. I think potentially, we'll see with the tuning and upgrades, but I wouldn't be surprised if this car is honestly, let's be generous, in the top 3 best drift cars in Forza Horizon 6. Just for your information, we're in a zone where the goal is 160,000 points to get 3 stars. And here, without really trying, let's say, without being especially focused on the game, I got 221,000, I set my record. So that gives you a little idea of how, in my opinion, we're going to be dealing with a pretty overpowered car for making drift scores. So this car, as I was saying, I haven't modified it yet. Stock. It has 700 horsepower. We're talking about a rotary engine, which makes 700 horsepower. For a car that weighs 1,100 kg is fully rear-wheel drive and is completely modified. I mean, there's absolutely nothing original left on the car. Even the interior, let me show you. There's really nothing original left. Clearly, an ultra-modern dashboard with screens, a drift steering wheel, and a drift handbrake as well. The gear lever is also in drift mode. We have a hydraulic handbrake, and all the control units on the left allow you to change the car settings in real time. And also, you can see the dashboard. It's fully simplified when it's turned on. That's not an original feature. Clearly, the Mazda from the 1970s that this is based on wasn't like that. Though this car is built for drifting, it's still high performance in its original form, doing 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds. And the top speed is 315 km/h, which is definitely not the case for all drift cars. Most of the time, if you don't tune them, if you get them as they are, they have at least 50 km/h less top speed, and they rarely accelerate this well. So potentially, one of the only, well, we'll see with the tuning and upgrades, but potentially the only real drift category car in the game that might be at least a little versatile. So it's a car that we can modify, and apparently we can swap it too. We can put in the rotary engine. If I'm not mistaken, it should be the one from the Mazda 787B. We'll see if there's any point in doing that. Maybe it won't be useful at all. We could also make it all-wheel drive. I might not do it because even though all-wheel drive lets you optimize the drift meta even more, well, you lose the feeling of traditional rear-wheel drive drifting. So I think that's a bit of a shame. So indeed, you'll have to be careful with the upgrade parts you install on it because, by default, the car is already fully equipped for drifting. If you make some changes, you might get racing parts instead of drifting parts. And as a result, you might not really get the full potential out of this car. So actually, 780 horsepower is the limit. So in the end, maybe we'll just swap it directly because, well, we'll basically have the same sound and even more power. So, quick little engine swap with anti-lag turbo, 1,000 horsepower, 1,120 kilos. No custom aesthetics. By the way, I can see there's the little Twiz logo there. So there must be a little partnership after all. Or at least, the rights were obtained for this little sticker between Forza and Hot Twiz. Maybe we'll see the Hot Twiz cars in the game again later. It's very possible. It comes with gum drift by default, but as I said, you can set it to gum slick. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it. Although the car handles better than other drift cars in the game. It's more versatile, as I said. These cars just aren't adjustable enough in terms of aerodynamics to really make them good race cars. So there you go. Overall, just know that even if you put slicks on them, yeah, you'll have better grip. But you still won't necessarily have a good race car. Now, let me show you the car a bit more closely. Keep in mind that this car is one of those where you can't open most of the compartments. Actually, the car doesn't really have a hood. For example, if you try to open it, a cutscene just removes it. So, I'll show it to you up close anyway. Because it's true that this car has some pretty unique modifications, ones you don't necessarily see on every car in the game. with the small lights that are really white, really modern bluish ones. The big racing seats. Can we open the trunk? Yes, we can open the trunk, but it's the same. No, I don't know what happened. Nothing happened. Okay, so I think it's bugged. I think basically we're supposed to be able to open the trunk, except the game won't let us open it. It's a bit of a shame because maybe in the back in the compartment there might be some cool stuff to get, but I don't know what it is. Maybe some nitro. Maybe something else entirely. No idea. We'll test it on the drift zone at the bottom of the map. The 340,000 point zone known as the toughest in Forza Horizon 6. We're going to see what kind of score we can get with this car. FYI, I've replaced it with the 1,000 horsepower engine. But I wonder if it's a good idea, since this engine has issues with this type of drift zone. It's just that, it's a very powerful engine, sure, but it has no punch. It has no torque at low revs. I think if suddenly we haven't learned enough, and we end up losing a bit of speed and gripping again, I think it's going to be almost impossible to keep the drift going by accelerating, because the engine simply won't have enough power. Actually, not enough reserve power to get us going again. We'll see, because it's true that apart from that, the handling seems really good to me. And I feel like we're actually getting a pretty impressive score. I think we'll finish this area with over 350,000 points you're leaving now, so I'm not sure if I'll beat my previous score. I set my previous record with the Viper Forza edition, not the Drift Viper. Because let me remind you, it's still in super overpowered drift car. So I don't know if we're going to do better or not. I think we'll easily get 340,000. I don't know if we'll really be able to do more than that. We'll see about that. We don't have that many turns left. And we're doing pretty well, huh? We're still doing pretty well in terms of score. Actually, we're doing really well. Yeah, I think we're going to do much better than, well, much better. We'll see, huh? We'll see, but I think we'll easily beat the 350,000 points I got with the Viper. And I think we're potentially looking at one of the best cars in the game. Maybe even the new best one, huh? 380,000, I smashed my score. All that while doing live commentary without being too focused. If I focus more during another run, I can easily reach about 400,000 without much effort. So yeah, it's definitely overpowered in drift. That's for sure. After that, let me know in the comments what you thought when you drove it. And above all, tell me in the comments what you think about this kind of DLC. Because it's true that the car is potentially really good. But it's still a pretty niche car. You know what I mean? If you're not a fan of Japanese cars, if you're not a fan of drift cars either, well, it's a car that might not be the most exciting thing for you. But, you know, from time to time, it's good to have things like this that the developers let us discover. Things that are a bit niche too. Let me know what you think in the comments. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, feel free to show it by leaving a like and subscribing. Come follow me on Twitch for the next live streams. You can use my affiliate link below the video to buy games at a discount and support my channel. Thanks for watching. See you soon in the next video. Bye.